Now, just like before, when we demo the bind value or demo delegate anywhere else in our code, we can write this code in a shorter manner, and actually we use the shorter manner in the migrated code. So let's just do this refactoring quickly to see the steps that we do when we do that. So first of all, let's save these changes so we can see what's going on. Started with handlers. Now, remember that we can write a lambda expression, just register something over here, simply by taking this code from here to here and just adding an equals greater next to it. Okay, so this is the first step of our change. Okay, as we explained earlier, this is what's called in C# anonymous methods, which you can define in line. And the logic behind that was that you end up with many little methods of the handler code, and those get confusing to search for and also exist in separate places in the code. So we're using an anonymous method over here, also called a lambda expression, to write shorter code. So we can see the change over here. Instead of having a named method, we're just taking it from the name onward and put it up over here. Now, since we also know that if you only receive one parameter, you don't have to specify, that if you're using anonymous method, you don't need to specify the type. And if you only receive one parameter, you don't even have to use parens. So the code can become shorter like this. And I'm sure you all agree that this is a much preferable version of a handler. So let's view the code over here. Let's view the code over here. So instead of having this long method, we just reduced it to an e equals greater and the lines of code that you see over here, message press 8, which is the way you'll see a lot in the migrated code. So let's just go and commit it and say using anonymous method instead of named method, lambda expression, and commit it. Now, a lot of people ask, what is this E and how do we know it's a data type? Well, we can see it first of all by hovering over it, and we can see that it's handler invoke event args. Or if you want to dive deeper, we can go to definition of invokes and go to definition of the delegates it invokes, and we can see handler invoke event args. So that's the way to figure that out. So when you see when I write handlers in the real world, or when you see it in the migrated code, you'll see it like this: handlers add system windows fonts. I can also using here, I just chose not to this time, F9 invokes plus equals E equals greater, and then message show warning, pressed F9. Cool. Let's run this. So F8 still works and F9 also works. Perfect. And press Ctrl KD to format. And also in the migrated code, you will see this in a separate method. So you'll see something like, let's do control dot here and say extract method initialize handlers. And that's how you'll usually see it. You'll see a call to initialize handlers, and then all the handlers will be registered. Great. So we've seen how to use anonymous methods to create a handler, and we've grouped all of our handlers here in a method to make it easy to read and follow. Great. Use method. And just to clarify again how easy it is to add a handler, we'll add another handler, the last one for this video, I promise. I just say handlers add system windows forms keys F10 invokes plus equals message show warning pressed F10 and control KD to format, and voila, we have a handler for F10. Great.